Hi, I'm Shaul. For the life of me, I cannot tell the difference between a photo taken by a high-end, high-megapixel sensor camera with a fast white prime from a photo taken by a smartphone. Now, smartphones have made a massive progress in recent years. They can really emulate the images taken by the newest, more modern, most expensive cameras on the market these days. They do it by a very clever processing, which combines a few exposure taken simultaneously from different cameras and combining them in many ways. Depends on the scene, on the light conditions, on the focal length, etc. But the fact is that they can do it very successfully. You can get a very natural looking selective focus effect. You can get high dynamic range from these tiny little sensors, and you can get very good resolution. In both cases, in photos taken by a smartphone, as well as photos taken by a high-resolution camera, or to be more precise, a high-resolving power lens, the images also look flat. They lack the appearance of a true-to-life, more natural-looking scene, and that is due to pixel pitch and the need to correct optical aberrations so as to maximize detailed portrayal. Typically, phone cameras have a pixel pitch of around 1 micron, which is a very high frequency. It's not much more than the length of the light wave itself, which is about 0.7 microns for red light. So it's very close to the physical limit of pixel size. The lenses incorporated in our smartphones are made of a polymer or plastic. And that plastic is very efficient in suppressing aberrations. Those plastic elements are molded into more angular shapes than we are used to see in proper lenses, camera lenses made of glass. And they're very good at correcting spherical aberrations, chromatic aberrations, field curvature, etc. The reason those polymers are not used in proper camera lenses is that plastic is more sensitive to changes in temperature. And the larger the elements, the more expansion and contraction you get is affected by temperature. So camera lenses are still typically made mostly of glass, which is more resistant to temperature changes. The typical pixel pitch of a camera sensor is about 4 to 4.5 microns, which is about the limit of what a glass lens can resolve. To resolve a pixel with a size of 4 microns, the camera lens has to incorporate a lot of ED glass. Glass allows more light dispersion than those modern polymers, and chromatic aberration has to be suppressed with ED or low dispersion glass to allow for a really high resolving power. Lower resolution cameras that have larger pixels, such as 6 microns or more, can get away with a more lax design that does not require the incorporation of low dispersion glass. We have discussed at length the detrimental effect of low dispersion glass on image quality. By image quality, I do not mean absolute resolution. I mean that images with regular crown and flint glass make photos that look more natural to our eyes. They allow some life in them. They don't look as flat. The reason for that is that they allow more what I call micro gradation, or a gradient around the edges that portrays the scene in a way that is close to the way we perceive it with our own eyes. The thing is, if we look at it with a historic perspective, when camera phones first started competing with proper cameras, camera manufacturers tried to distinguish themselves from phones, and they did it by increasing the resolution of the sensors, claiming that you can achieve a more detailed image with a large sensor and a proper lens. But as the pixel pitch declined, the requirements of the optics became higher, of course. And manufacturers had to use more low dispersion glass in the lenses. In my opinion, this path towards higher resolution that camera manufacturers took was a mistake, because the real advantage of cameras is allowing a more lax design of the lenses and maintaining the true-to-life natural look of the photos they make. However, by decreasing pixel pitch and incorporating more low dispersion glass in the optics, the unavoidable consequence was a flatter image, which is very evident because nowadays, after the transition from DSLRs to mirrorless cameras, almost every new lens made is very flat. You can hardly find any modern optics that can portray the scene or the world in a true-to-life manner. While proper cameras, due to their larger sensors and potentially larger pixels, allow for a more lax design of the optics, and I feel that the opportunity of maintaining the true-to-life look of photos made by proper cameras is missed. A decade ago, during the high watermark of the DSLR, we had a lot of lenses to choose from. Some of them were older lenses that were made for lower resolution cameras. Those lenses did not use a lot of low dispersion glass, except some super telephoto lenses that do require some suppression of light dispersion. So we had a choice between lenses with very high resolving power fitted to high resolution cameras and lenses with a more natural portrayal that were fitted to low resolution cameras. But as the market transitioned from DSLRs to mirrorless, the choice has diminished. Almost every lens made these days is optimized for high resolution. So the images those new lenses make are flat, are very similar to what you can expect from a smartphone. Lower resolution cameras are still being made. Even these days, even for mirrorless, you can still find cameras with a pixel pitch of 6 or even 6.5 microns that can support those old lenses without a real compromise to image quality in terms of visible aberrations. So what is currently needed in the industry is a divergence in lens design too, between high resolving power and low resolving power optics. Each manufacturer has to produce two separate lens lines, very high precision, high resolving power line and true to life line fitted to lower resolution cameras. We have plenty of high resolving power lenses to choose from. Either first party or third party optics. But on the low resolving power lenses, we don't really have much. In the E-mount, we have some early Zeiss lenses that were designed for slightly lower resolution sensors that have a very good portrayal of depth and 3D pop. Nikon has produced only a few such lenses, like the lens shooting me now, the 35mm f1.4. But the selection is still very limited. As far as I know, the L mount and Canon's RF mount lack such lenses. Every new lens announced has a higher resolution than the previous one. Fuji has gone the other way completely. The new cameras are fitted with a 40 megapixel sensor, which for APS-C is equivalent to 90 megapixels on a full frame sensor. Pixel pitch on those sensors is about 3 microns only. So that requires highly resolving lenses. And Fuji has been replacing some of its older lenses with new ones that are even flatter. A lower resolution sensor has many advantages, such as a higher dynamic range due to the larger pixel pitch and the higher level of light allowed to be collected by each pixel before it saturates. Second, a more manageable file size. Third is the potential to make better use of low resolving power optics with a more true to life rendering. The images in the background were taken by a sensor with a pixel pitch of 6 microns with a low resolving power lens. And for the life of me, I cannot find anything wrong with them. You cannot really notice any lack of sharpness or any obvious chromatic aberration or field curvature. Those lenses and those cameras are made for three-dimensional scenes, unlike those high resolving power optics that are made for reproduction or for scientific applications where you run statistics over the pixels obtained by the camera. In fact, there are very few areas where high megapixel sensor can really make a difference. A lower resolution is quite sufficient, where the purpose of the image is to be viewed as a whole. Let us try to design a series of lower resolution lenses for mirrorless camera, just as a thought experiment. Well, those lenses have to be small. They have to be relatively affordable. They better be weather sealed, and they have to be highly reliable to make them fit outdoors applications, maybe street photography, where there are other people and the camera might have to take a knock or two. In fact, such lenses already exist, only they do not have full functionality on mirrorless cameras. Lenses such as this one achieve most of these criteria, really. They are small, they are simple, and they are quite affordable, at least potentially. What is missing in such lenses is autofocus. Now, introducing an autofocus motor into such a lens will make it unavoidably quite larger. The alternative is using screw drive autofocus, such as in lenses like these, where the focusing group inside the lens could be driven from a focusing motor inside the camera. That can keep the lenses smaller, a lot smaller, and they are more reliable too because they contain less moving parts. So there is still a long way to go in camera and lens design to make our lives as photographers more joyful, and to make the photos we make with our cameras more true to life and poppy. Thank you for watching.